Hi there, you get to decide, is it a sacrifice or wisdom? Is it a hardship or a sacred choice? What do you think? For me, as a deep ecologist, I'm not sure either, but I'm sure going to talk to you about the options. Sacrifice, because the Strait of Hormuz is probably going to be closed for months. What kind of difference will that make in your life? What will you have to pull back on? What will you not be able to get your hands on that you normally do for your family, for yourself, for your friends, for your peers, for the job you work at? What kind of hardship, or will it be a hardship? Can you think of it as a sacred choice? We're doing something a little better for the planet here, aren't we? We're making sure that people aren't buying as much and using as much and wasting as much. Seems to me like it may be a sacred choice. For me as a deep ecologist, it sure feels like it. But just like the sun going down behind me, things are going down that I have no control over. I can't control the sun any more than I can control what you're thinking while I'm talking to you. But what I do know is the sun will go down and it will get dark. And the bird that's flying by right now will go and nest somewhere for the night. And I'll crawl in my bed under my down quilt and wonder, is it a wisdom that we pull back a little bit and help our planet? Or is it just a hardship? Sacrifice, wisdom, hardship, sacred choice. Very hard to understand, but it may be something that you're going to want to discuss with your kids, because the kids are going to want that information. Let me move this a little bit. It looks like that sun's getting to be too much. There we go. So how else can we look at this? How else can we analyze what we haven't done? We know that one of the things we haven't done is focus a lot on climate change. And yet I've got to tell you, I follow the weather reports all the time. All the odd ones, all the oddball ones from Europe and Asia and wherever. I'm there, I'm checking them out. And they're telling me that this is going to be the hottest summer we've ever had. The hottest until next year, and that's going to be hotter. It has to do with the super El Nino. It's going to change things. It's going to make a difference. It's going to be a hardship, whether you want it or not. You're going to have a hardship. Is it the planet trying to tap us on the shoulder and say, hello, can you change a few things here? Can you live a little more like the indigenous? Can you give up a little bit? Not want quite so much? But of course, we have to agree. We can't fight it. AI is using our water up. We know that. The AI, one plant will use 31 million gallons a month. One AI plant. Some of them will use more than that. Hopefully some will use less. But that's a lot of water. And without the right amount of fertilizer, and I've already heard that Nebraska's in a Dust Bowl 2.0, we've got to think about water, because you can count your money, but you can't hold your breath while you do it. And you've got to have water. You've got to have water. Your pets have to have water. Your family all has to have water. Your plants have to have water. If you're going to make pasta tonight, you've got to have water. Everything we do, making bread takes water. Making soup takes water. Cleaning ourselves takes water. We can't go without water. First is air, but second is water. And that's the part I don't understand. I have a mentor, and he always says, if you think money's that important, count it with your breath, holding your breath. Well, that's true. We have to have air first. That's the first thing we've got. Then we need water, and it's got to be clean enough it doesn't make us sick. And then we need food. And then we need shelter. And all of those things are being affected by climate change. And all of those things are being affected by political upheavals. So how are we going to look at all of this? Today? Tomorrow? Next week? And part of the problem, of course, is that we're not hearing the truth. If we think we could read the newspaper in the morning, which was printed overnight, of course, and it's still going to be valid, that's not the case anymore. It's moving too fast. Everything on our planet is moving too fast. The El Niño is moving too fast. If you follow it, there's a wave of hot water that's like 100 meters, I believe it's 100 meters deep, that's causing this upheaval because the ocean has never been this warm before. What we're doing here, as those of us who are listening and alive and awake, is recognizing that we're in unprecedented times. The things that are going on in our world right now have never gone on before. So how do we think about them? Can we think of sacrifice, that we're giving something up, or we're being wise to protect the planet? Are we going to think of not having our favorite chips, snacks, as a hardship or as a sacred choice? Instead, you're going to make cookies for the kids and your family and your neighbors and your friends. You can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. You just flour and sugar and oil or butter, some flavorings. Little chocolate chips are nice. And an oven. What about our gas? Are we going to have the gas for our gas stove? Are we going to have the electricity we need for an electric stove? I mean, there's a lot of questions in the air. There's a lot of question marks all over having to do with the Strait of Hormuz being closed for months. And that's what they're telling us. It's going to be closed for months. No, the White House isn't telling us that. The experts are telling us that. They're experts in Asian nations, experts in economics, experts in politics, experts in leadership. Yeah. There are people who are looking a whole lot deeper and a whole lot wider than you and I are. And they're telling us months. And it's going to be easier on us if we make a choice now. I've decided to pick sacred choice. I've decided that it's not a hardship. I've also decided that I'd rather have a wisdom. I'd rather think of it as being a little wiser, being a little protecting this earth for the future, for the kids. There are all those kids I used to teach and I miss so much. It's about them. It's about taking care of them. Now, you may have a different opinion, and I hope you will bring it to my school, SKOOL, because what I'm doing now, because there is so much that needs to be talked about and shared and looked at from a whole bunch of different directions. And that's the point. Let's look at all of these questions from all different viewpoints. Let's not just accept one viewpoint. Let's look from all the different viewpoints, from everybody who shows up. My school information will be at the end of this video. And if you are interested, it's free. Coming to the Zoom meetings are free. Looking at the different choices in courses I have, that's all free. It's just supported by my nonprofit. And I'd love to have you have your opinion in a live meeting. Because the more people gather together and talk, the less we carry inside as kind of a pushing, living, breathing anxiety that just holds on. And we wonder who we can talk to. Well, you can sure talk to me. I love to hear you. I hope I see you in school. Or you can go down below and leave me a comment. Either way, whatever way works for you, whatever you want, whatever's the best. Thank you.